Alright, this is primarily for Willy Muffin and anybody else who might like Traveler, interested in Traveler Hero. He put up an excellent video that I will try to figure out how to link to on Traveler that wasn't done by, well, anybody who, Mark Miller or GDW. One of the things he mentioned was Traveler Hero, and in that video he mentioned that Traveler Hero was available only by PDF. It's not exactly the case. It was also available in 2 paperbacks. Now, the 2 paperbacks do feel rather incomplete, because if you buy the disc from FFE, Mark Miller's company, then you get all of the stuff that was left out. Now, as to why it was left out, one of the authors hangs out on the hero boards. He goes by the name Shadowcat, and in conversations with him, who, by the way, thanks Shadowcat, because I owe him for these books. He gave them to me, was incredibly kind, because this combined my 2 favorite games in one lick, so I just had to have it. But according to Shadowcat, there were some problems. Certain things were harder to license, and there were certain requirements that Mark Williams had. I said Miller earlier, didn't I? My bad. Mark Williams. That Mark Williams had, where you had to buy some of his stuff to get background, the lore, the background, the setting, things like that, which is why these books did not include it. Now, weirdly enough, T20 was not plagued with this. I don't know the whole story, but I'm sure you can coax him into, and coax Shadowcat into telling you. But there was another comment that Willy Muffin made, that you had to have this, and he was quite correct. Hero Games did advertise this as being bulletproof. That is the revised 5th edition. He said that you had to have that book to use with these books, and the truth is, you don't. They wanted you to. This was a 5th edition product. Now, this is the 1st edition. This edition, you cannot use to play that. There's been too much changed from the 1st edition to any other edition. The 2nd edition Champions. It's an 80-page rulebook. If you have this, and there's cheap PDFs on the Hero Games website, if you have this 80-page rulebook, that's all you need to play this. Everything that is discussed in here has definitions in here. That's all you need. So if you have this, or either version of this, either the 1-book version, this is the 3rd edition. If you already have this, you can play that. If you have this, the hardback BBB, you can play that. If you have this, the softback BBB, you can play that. Oh, I forgot to bring the Hero System rulebook. If you have the 4th edition Hero System rulebook, you can play that. If you were one of the lucky few who had the deluxe edition BBB, you can play that. If you have the original 5th edition, you can play that. If you have the revised 5th edition, and then all the little additional crap that went with it, you can play that. But it gets better. If you have this standalone game built on the Hero System, 3rd edition, you can play Traveler Hero. If you have 1st edition Fantasy Hero, you have all the definitions and rules that you need to play that. If you have Justice Inc., you have everything you need to play that. Also Danger International, but it didn't fit on the table. Sorry. Now, if you have the Lisa Simpson edition, which is what I call the 6th edition, because we went from 88 pages of, hey, here's a fun game, to, oh my God, I need a rule for everything. Somebody farted. Does the guy in the next room notice? Is there a rule for that? If you have this, you can play this, but you have to make some conversions, because they changed some things in there. Not much, mostly just scaling. But you can figure it out. You'll know what's changed. You can play this. If you have Champions Complete, which is also a 6th edition game, you'll have to make the same scaling conversions, but you have everything that you need to play that. If you have Fantasy Hero Complete, which is also a 6th edition game, you have everything you need to play this, but again, because it's 6th edition, you will have to make some conversions. Anyway, if you get a chance to pick this up, if you like Traveler, and if you happen to have any of these rule books, you don't need anything else to play this.